No one likes the thought of growing old. Despite our many human endeavors to escape or delay the process of aging, including the search for the so-called fountain of youth, and even freezing cadavers, in the hope of preserving and bringing them to life in the future, it seems death is an inevitable part of life. However long-time animals can live, they eventually get old and die. But a few lucky species don't seem to feel the weight of time and just keep going and going, hiding away from death. Here is the list. But before we jump into number 1, be sure that you have subscribed and hit the bell icon to keep yourself informed with amazing videos. With that said, let's jump into our incredible list. Immortal jellyfish. Turritopsis dohrnii. Have you ever wondered if you could go back to being a child? This is quite a difficult process, but not with the immortal jellyfish. It has found a way to cheat death by actually reversing its aging process. If the jellyfish is injured or sick, it returns to its polyp stage over a 3-day period, transforming its cells into a younger state that will eventually grow into adulthood all over again. It is found in the waters of Japan and Mediterranean Sea. The immortal jellyfish is the only animal which can go back to being sexually immature after reaching maturity. This process can be indefinite, as long as the jellyfish doesn't die of either disease or predation. Planarian flatworms. It's only seen in movies where people don't grow old, but these creepy crawlers, regenerating flatworms, are masters in that. This ubiquitous organism has a simple yet incredible organ system that allows the indefinite regeneration of any lost body part. This apparently limitless regeneration also applies to aging and damaged tissue, allowing the worms to cheat death indefinitely. Because of this organism apparently can stay young and can never get old. Water bear. Also known as tardigrades, water bears are possibly the toughest animal on the planet. These creatures, though very tiny, around 1.5 millimeters, can survive extreme conditions like boiling greater than 100 degrees centigrade, freezing, -272.8 degrees centigrade, cutting, drying, or even putting them in the outer space. In addition to this, they can tolerate extreme radiation and can stop their metabolism for a long time and come back to life when they get in contact with water. With such conditions, they have been named to live for a long time, for more than a century. They have been found everywhere, from mountaintops to the deep sea and mud volcanoes, and from tropical rainforests to the Antarctic. Bdelloids. Zooplankton. Bdelloids are a group of freshwater rotifers that can be considered immortal in a sense that they can tolerate extreme conditions like high heat, low temperature, and extreme pressure. They do this by entering a state of hibernation and come back when they wish to do so. They are microscopic organisms, typically between 0.5 and 0.7 micrometer in length. Most are slightly too small to be seen with the naked eye, but appear as tiny white dots through even a weak hand lens, especially in bright light. Hydra. According to studies, the Hydra is one of the few animals that does not show any signs of deterioration with age, though they reach maturity in 5 to 10 days. Being able to continuously divide and regenerate new body cells, hydras can basically keep themselves young for long periods of time, even until forever. Lobsters. Research suggests that lobsters may not slow down, weaken, or lose fertility with age, and that older lobsters may be more fertile than younger lobsters. This longevity may be due to telomerase, an enzyme that repairs long repetitive sections of DNA sequences at the ends of chromosomes, referred to as telomeres. Telomerase is expressed by most vertebrates during embryonic stages, but is generally absent from adult stages of life. However, unlike most vertebrates, lobsters express telomerase as adults through most tissue, which has been suggested to be related to their longevity. Telomerase is especially present in green-spotted lobsters, whose markings are thought to be produced by the enzyme interacting with their shell pigmentation. Lobster longevity is limited by their size. Molting requires metabolic energy, and the larger the lobster, the more energy is needed. 10 to 15% of lobsters die of exhaustion during molting, while in older lobsters, molting ceases and the exoskeleton degrades or collapses entirely, leading to death. Lobsters, like many other decapod crustaceans, grow throughout life and are able to add new muscle cells at each molt. Lobster longevity allows them to reach impressive sizes. According to Guinness World Records, the largest lobster ever caught was in Nova Scotia, Canada, weighing 20.15 kilograms. Sturdy turtles. Slow and steady really does win the race. Turtles have been known to live for centuries, and researchers have found that their organs don't seem to break down over time. Reports that turtles might even be able to live indefinitely if they are able to avoid predators and disease. In other words, they definitely have a potential to be immortal animals. While the lifespan of these turtles is definitely impressive. Glass sponges. Although they're not necessarily deathless due to some inevitable instances like being eaten by predators, some species of glass sponges can survive up to more than 15,000 years. This is because some species can control the growth of their spicules, mineralized structures, at a very slow rate, hence slowing down their aging process. Greenland shark. Known as the longest living vertebrate with an average lifespan of 300 to 500 years, this species of sharks does not reach sexual maturity until 150 years. The secret to this is pretty obvious. Its incredible ability to withstand the intense darkness and freezing temperature at 2,200 meters depth. One Greenland shark was tagged off the coast of Greenland in 1936 and recaptured in 1952. Its measurements suggest that Greenland sharks grow at a rate of 0.5 to 1 centimeter per year. The oldest of the Greenland shark, which also was the largest, had lived for 392 to 512 years and was consequently born between 1504 and 1744. Clams. Believe it or not, some species of clams can live up to more than 400 years. Scientists explain that their long lifespan can be attributed to a process called slowed cell replacement. But at present, there are still no reasons stating what makes them mature at a slow rate. This process too is still up for further studies. Radiation-resistant bacterium. Deinococcus radiodurans, a polyextremophilic bacterium, isn't only radiation-resistant. These immortal animals can also die and come back to life thanks to their incredible DNA repair response. They can survive cold, dehydration, vacuum, and acid, and have been listed as the world's toughest bacterium. The Guinness Book of Records even says they can resist 1.5 million rads of gamma radiation, about 3,000 times the amount that would kill a human. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and to watch more videos by tapping the videos above.